EA Sports. It's in the game. This is one of those offensive performances that I'll never forget. What a game.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Got all the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Evan McPherson has this one teed up. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that, but that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Play action. Now Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Well, talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
2nd down and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with Dobbins. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We're scoreless after 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. After a fairly uneventful 1st quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The 1st quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Jackson on first down. That one complete to Prochet. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up 5?
Yeah, just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now Burrow on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
To the air again, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Gun. Stop.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jackson. That's into the hands of Prochet. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Burrow will throw. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Now Burrow to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
First down. Here's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, 29 yards. And the Bengals have retaken a third-quarter lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Cameron Sample drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. On the move to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow.
He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. It's Burrow.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And that is no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Jackson to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. James Crochet from 13 yards out. And the Ravens put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want, and cover it well.
And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Throwing, Burrow.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. And right now, just absolute anguish on that visiting sideline.
It came down to one kick, a chance to steal one on the road. But you could feel the pressure, couldn't you? And the pressure enveloped him on that one. Forced a missed kick.
And the crowd went wild. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose, and the Bengals grab it.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. He has missed twice today, but he can make up for it here. And did it get there? Yes. Boy, he didn't get much of that at all. He tucked it just between the crossbar and the left upright. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And did he catch it? He did. A touchdown. One of the most improbable finishes in recent history. They've won it on the final throw. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown.